The days of dancing on street corners may be numbered. Coming up on 8 at 7, one Bay Area city takes aim at those sign wavers who bust a move to get your attention. And one Bay Area city completes a big project that will draw visitors to the waterfront. The news starts in 1 minute.
8 at 7 begins now.
Good evening. Lady Liberty may have to put down her torch, and that pizza place with the dancing sign holder, he may be relegated to the kitchen if a proposed law is enacted in St. Petersburg. City council members are considering a strict new ordinance dealing with sign waivers along busy roads. Newschannel 8's Peter Bernard is covering this story from St. Pete City Hall. He joins us live tonight. Peter? Remember Angel Adams? She's the mother of 15 children, and when we first met her, she was living in a motel room with a dozen of them. Now, as Jeff Patterson shows us, she went to court today to face a criminal charge. It appears a domestic dispute motivated a shooter to open fire today in a Seminole County salon. The shooting happened today in Castleberry, northeast of Orlando. 2 women escaped from the salon when the shooter started firing, but 4 others were hit by the bullets. Only one of them survived. The shooter later killed himself at a friend's home. Hillsborough deputies and Tampa police teamed up to take dozens of suspected felons off the streets during a 2-day warrant roundup.
Ma'am, back away from the door. Back away from the door. Just back away from the door.
Operation Felon Sweep aimed at catching the accused bad guys while they were sleeping early in the morning. Deputies hauled in people with felony warrants, the kind of people who could be dangerous and may have been hiding from the law. The roundup snagged 30 arrests. The homeless man accused of a sexual attack on a 14-year-old is facing some serious jail time. Newschannel 8's Adrian Pedersen was in court this morning when Stephen Taylor went before a judge. Tonight, there's someone new in control of one of the Bay Area's biggest musical instruments. Garrett de Hollander is the new carillonneur at Bach Tower Gardens in Lake Wales. He's only the 4th person to hold the position in the tower's 80-decade history. De Hollander learned to play carillons in Belgium and first played the bells in the Bach Tower 30 years ago. Chief Meteorologist Steve Jervey joins us now from the Forecast Center, and a story about music to my ears. Gorgeous day out there.
Yeah, it was.
Back.
And if you've ever been to Bach Tower, it's a great place to visit. The whole Bach Gardens area, great history there, and it's a beautiful view.
Still ahead on 8 at 7.
Tonight, there's a new reason to take a stroll along one Bay Area river. We'll show you which Bay Area city just cut the ribbon on a big new project that will make a visit to town even nicer. This afternoon, thousands of people turned out in Bradenton for the official opening of a new attraction that's bound to draw visitors to the Manatee River. Newschannel 8's Anthony Allred attended the ribbon cutting for the new river walk, and he joins us live there tonight. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Natalie, I tell you what, City Council has had this project on its bucket list for about 10 years, Natalie.
Sounds like it. Thanks, Anthony. Well, you don't have to give away all the gifts you buy this year. Coming up, find out how much people plan to spend on themselves. And also ahead, your face could be the key to unlocking some great deals. But do facial recognition cameras in stores go a little too far? On Wall Street today, the Dow was down 8 points to close at 13,549. The Nasdaq dropped 31, ending the day at 1,457, and the S&P slipped 3.5 points, closing at 3,073. American Airlines will be hiring soon, and if you've ever wanted to be a flight attendant, here's your chance. The airline plans to open up 1,500 flight attendant jobs starting next month. It needs to replace some of the 2,200 flight attendants who took a $40,000 buyout recently. It's been on newsstands for 80 years, but at the end of 2012, you'll no longer see printed copies of Newsweek. The news magazine plans to switch to an all-digital format in 2013. The December 31st issue will be the last one to roll off the presses. Top officials at Newsweek say the digital age has reached the tipping point, and they can now effectively reach their readers using tablets and computers. Job cuts are likely. Macy's is responding to the changing times with a new effort to target millennials. Those would be shoppers in the 13 to 30 age bracket. It plans to launch 13 new brands and expand 10 other existing labels, all of which will focus on the store's younger clientele. Toys R Us is the latest store to encourage shoppers to use layaway for holiday purchases. The toy store chain expanded its free layaway program today. It was supposed to end October 31st, but now it's extended to December 16th. To participate, you have to make a 20% down payment. Toys R Us also recently announced it will be matching prices of its competitors. Do you plan to splurge on yourself this holiday season? Well, don't feel bad. You are not alone. A new survey finds that 6 in 10 shoppers plan to spend an average of $139 on gifts for themselves this holiday season. The same survey found that the average shopper will spend nearly $750 on gifts, greeting cards, and holiday decor. That's about $9 more than last year. Fewer cell phone users are getting shocked by their bills. The FCC says complaints about unexpected charges are down. It's been a year since cell phone companies agreed to send alerts whenever you get near your limit on minutes, texts, or data usage. Those companies that are not yet fully complying with all the requirements, but it should happen by April. You may already be using apps like Foursquare or Yelp to get deals when you check in on your smartphone. But what if all you needed was your face? New face scanning technology could recognize you when you walk into a store or restaurant and then link you to a personalized deal. The project is not affiliated with Facebook. Red Pepper says it is still testing the product and seeking funding before the app will be available to the public. Well, in confession time, I have not been to the Bok Tower, so this sounds like it'll be a good weekend for the weather. You might want to check that out. If you haven't been there, I'm one of those people.
It's one of the high spots in Florida near Lake Wales. It's really a great place to go.
All right, cool. Thanks, Steve.
All right.
If you miss nightly news, don't worry. We'll get you up to speed on today's big national stories coming up next. And coming up tonight at 11 o'clock on News Channel 8, a meteor shower that's been spotted in California could be seen here. We'll tell you the best time to watch for it. In case you missed NBC Nightly News, here's a look at some of tonight's big stories. The Boy Scouts of America have unsealed their perversion files, more than 1,400 pages of documents outlining molestation accusations going back to 1910. On the campaign trail, there was a bit of controversy over Mitt Romney's son, Tag, and his comments that he wanted to take a swing at President Obama during the debate. And the man at the center of a New York City bombing plot also considered targeting President Obama and the New York Stock Exchange, according to an anonymous law enforcement official. And then, of course, there are the stories that didn't quite make it onto nightly news. Scientists may have figured out why an elephant never forgets. It's because apparently they keep their head cool. How may you ask, do they keep their head so cool? It's their hair, apparently. For most animals, hair keeps them warm, but elephants barely have enough for a comb over. Princeton researchers say that when those wispy hairs catch a slight breeze, they can actually enhance the elephant's ability to lose heat by up to 23%. Learn something new every day. And it's one of the world's most dangerous extreme sports. And over the past 2 days, competitors from around the world have gathered in China to jump off a mountain wearing a wingsuit. Ugh, yikes. The championship competition gave participants the chance to take a flying leap, soar through the air, and then deploy a parachute and land in a designated spot. At least that was the idea. The winner was from South Africa, and he set a new world record with a flight that lasted 23.41 seconds. Would you pay $40 to sleep with a girl? Now, hey, we really mean sleep. A legitimate business in Tokyo gives lonely guys the chance to take a nap next to a pretty lady for a price. $40 will get you 20 minutes of nap time, or for $75, you can get a whole hour. You can also pay extra for services like resting your head on her lap for 3 minutes or a 5-second hug, both of which will run you $13 a piece. Now, one customer says he's so busy he doesn't have much of a chance to meet women, so paying for companionship during a nap makes sense to him. I'm going to leave that one there because
some high prices there in Tokyo. Of course, it's an expensive place to live. What are you going to do?
$13 for a 5-second hug? I don't know. I think you can do better.
And the clock is always running, isn't it?
Right.
Well, evening forecast again looks pretty nice. We already established that. Overnight low temperature 71. Some extra clouds overnight, maybe showers, light stuff as it pushed south, but a nice weekend.
Oh, it's felt great so far this week. All right. Thanks, Steve.
All right.
And thanks for watching us. Entertainment tonight's coming up next. You have a good night.
Bye.